Hey, good afternoon again. Scott from Baseball Lore and Collectibles with my newest video. And again, all in capitals for the beginning letters. Baseball Lore, L-O-R-E, and Collectibles, C-O-L-L-E-C-T-I-B-L-E-S is my YouTube name. It's an infancy channel. Please subscribe, set the notifications so when I do a new video on the history of baseball, certain collectibles, my thoughts on the hobby, and maybe even I'll throw in some pro wrestling at times. You never know, but I hope you subscribe, and I will also be on Instagram. Got a lot of stuff pictured up there. Follow me there, Scott Roberts 930 on Instagram. Well, the last video I made, we talked about a particular memory of mine for the card shows in the state of Connecticut here back in the 80s, and my late great friend and close friend Neil Robert Sackow. And there's going to be another video talking about some of the amazing things that Neil had and how wild the prices were back in the mid to late 80s compared to now, and that'll be for another time. Right now, I want to talk about history just for a bit. I'm not an equipment person per se. You know, a nice bat. I remember once getting a vintage ring bat for $10 in an antique shop, in an antique mall, and not selling it for enough money. But I'm not a big glove fan. You know, gloves, Caps, I've got an interesting video coming out on that down the road, which is, I think, is very interesting. Today, I want to talk about something I just acquired recently, and one of the things in baseball that has evolved so much is the catcher's mask. And we know, most people believe that a fellow named James Ting was the first one to wear one for Harvard in the 1870s, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And, you know, obviously the mask is a critical part of the catcher's equipment. But we would have, it was just like in hockey, when I never understood how goalies ever played hockey without a mask. But the same thing here today, you know, the masks are, you know, big, and of course they get a lot of them have the strap hanging down, or the flap, whatever you want to call it, or the mask is like this, tapered down to cover your throat. Well, I recently saw something I really liked, and it just struck me, and I was hoping that, I was hoping I would enjoy it, and it recently came to me in the mail finally. And I want to tell you, this mask, this catcher's mask, is stated to be from the 1910s to 20s. I think it might be earlier. If there's anybody out here on either Baseball Lore and Collectibles on YouTube or on Instagram, once I post this, that has more information on the time frame, we know it's at least 100 plus years old. And it's amazing that this is what was used. And here we go. I absolutely love this. But look, in the day, now this does not have the strap, but in the day, this is called a Spider-Man mask, okay? There you see, and there you can see it does have the original padding. And I believe these were filled with some sort of, I don't want to say horsehair, but that could be accurate. This does not have the strap. It's a smaller one, probably for a younger person, but it doesn't matter. This is just, look at the honest original wear. It is just gorgeous. And you know, I think one of the things that we love about the hobby, those of us that either collect the old items, whether they be cards, equipment, any kind of memorabilia, unopened material, you name it, I think that something like this is just, you can feel the history. You know, I look at You see some of the great auctions around that I can't even afford to look at. Game used bats. How many game used catcher's masks do you see? Interesting. Maybe this mask was worn by a very famous player. I don't know. But I know one thing. There's history. Somebody wore this mask through a lot of wars, and in those days, this mask was all the protection there was. You could see it's a very simple design. And some people would say, what an ugly piece of junk. This thing has beautiful wear. It does. It is not all rusted out. It has beautiful wear. And I just wanted to share this with people, and is another part of history, because this is the kind of thing, as I said, to me, that makes our hobby great. And the sport great, in my eyes. Today, baseball is a different game. That's for another video. That'll be a rant video, because trust me, I've got a lot to rant about with today's version of baseball, even though I still love the sport so much. But this shows you, this is the essence. The essence. An item that I call the essence of our game. And it shows so much history. Whether this was just a store item that a little kid wore, whether it was worn by a well-known ball player, we'll never know. You know, like I said, it covers that much of me, which I have to assume is about right, with the straps for an adult person. But nonetheless, I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Please comment. Please subscribe to Baseball Lore and Collectibles. Comment either there or on Instagram. And we'll talk to you soon with another video. Good night all, and God bless.